Hi, this is a quick video. I don't know exactly what to call it. I was searching, I was at work, and this is my 15-minute break. That's why I'm trying to talk quickly, but there's an aspect of something I've been dealing with. I, I felt better yesterday. I felt better. I'm really trying to get through this, and I hope I don't come across as selfish or self-centered or whatever. Please understand that I'm trying to be discreet, and I don't, I'm careful about talking about it, and I'm, I think it's healthy that I talk about these things and I get them off my chest instead of bottling them up, but it's difficult sometimes. I'm I think I know I'm getting better at not, at being more discreet because, well, I'm just getting better at it. I know I am, but I wanted to talk about what caused it to really erupt badly again or resurf, like the bad, like if you've had an ongoing like experience and you think back to something and whatever, it may go in a wave up and down, and there may be moments when something exacerbates it or makes it worse. Um, so it was, I'll just say it was on friendly terms. It was nice. I didn't get all the answers I wanted. I didn't really get the explanation that I've been searching for a few decades. But and I felt like a door slam, but um I was better. I think back to this now. I've thought of back to this now. Um I've been thinking back to this now. It was better than before this recent thing happened, somewhat recent thing happened. And I'll just say in the past year sometime, um, somebody reached out and asked me to borrow some money, and then next day like asked for more, and then kept saying he would pay it back and don't worry about it and so forth. And then this lasted about a week, and then I got so fed up that this is where this is the topic of my video. I wanted to not just come across as somebody that just talks about his problems and just blabs. I want to make some purpose to it, and that's why hopefully this is vague enough. Um, what more problem could I get into? Um, what more harm could happen? No, it's not true. I so on social media, I blurted out. I don't his name, and I don't think I'd get anything back from him, and um, I'll leave it at that. And there's the element of trust. I remember I was so pissed off that I felt betrayed, and I was kind-hearted, and I was trying to help out somebody, and I think this is the way the mind works. It When I was typing that out on social media, I felt betrayed and a great loss, and those things connected with somebody else that I felt betrayed by, and a great sense of loss. And I mentioned that person's name, and then and it was true, at least from my feelings, um, and it felt it still seems unfair to what happened, but um, I um, that's what happened, and then it just erupted, and it made relations worse, like breaking off, like total being broken off totally, and because when the person first reached out to me for help, um, I had just created this YouTube channel, and I felt very proud. And I guess that's another thing. I I thought of this other person, um, and I felt proud, and I associate certain like desires and feelings with certain people. So I wanted this other person to know, to get feedback, give feedback, and I like when people see what I've done and they commend me. So I guess I became emotionally attached because at that point I hadn't I this other person had drifted away in my mind, and then this brought it back. So it's bittersweet. Um, I feel really bad. I at the even at the time, like when it erupted, I felt very bad that this other person was hurt, and I didn't. It wasn't my intention. I was pissed off at this other person that borrowed money from me, and um, and I associated those feelings, like this other person, not the borrower, but this other person came to mind because I had already become emotionally connected through this person borrowing money. And it's like I said in an earlier recent video, I I am reminded by emotion, certain emotions will trigger some memory of something else when I had, or somebody else that I associate with a similar emotion. So, sorry for the camera angle. Probably see right up my nose too. See how many nose hairs are in there. Um, so I, the word confession comes up. I don't mean it as confession. I mean it more like um, this is my explanation for why I didn't mean any harm, and I know why it upset this other person, but I can't do anything about it because the relation, just like a number of times before, I can't do anything about it because the other person um, just said in so many words, stay away. So if that other person sees it, maybe sees this video, maybe a person will understand. And I'm hoping I'm being discreet enough, and and understands my point of view through all this, the several decades or whatever. I've wanted this other person to understand my point of view, and as I said before, I've been working in the dark. I mean I'm very much in the dark in the sense that I don't know. I I I don't know. I like to know. I like a little bit more explanation and to put things in context. And through a struggle and somebody helping me by messaging back and forth and mentioning something, it feels better, and I think it's more accurate. I just after this erupted, um, I it led me to think of some possible explanation, because I was just asking friends like that didn't know these people, um, and they gave um, I mean they gave an explanation that seemed to be possible, um, and I said at the time, well, I won't even go into that, but in some sense, that explanation let me feel more comfortable, because at least there was some explanation. It wasn't accurate. I wish it were accurate. That's why I'm glad. I think the explanation I got more recently from that was mentioned by somebody, um, makes more sense. It's it's more normal, so to speak, than the explanation I'd gotten before. I just I hope that things can calm down, and I wish this other person the best. I always have, and this other person has actually wished me the best. That's what's so sad about it. And I I sent some final text sometime afterward to this other person as a closure for myself. I said at the time, I understand, and it's okay, and I'll go away, and if you feel free, if you want to talk or share something with me, that's okay. Feel free to, but um, I won't ask you for anything, and I'll so forth and so on. But at least it was closure for me, and maybe things will be maybe things will calm down and be better in the future. Um, so I've wondered about going back to this other person who borrowed money. Some people have advised me that I could, like small claims court or whatever, and um, I don't know if this person was really in financial difficulty or not. Um, Number one, it would open up a can of worms. Whether yes or no would open up a can of worms, and my life is complicated enough right now. I'm sort of vulnerable. Um, and number two, I don't want, I mean, if the person was really in financial difficulty, I don't want to go and um, demand my money. Even though the person kept saying, I'll pay you back, don't worry, I'll pay you back. And then said something that gave an indication like person didn't intend at all to give, um, didn't think I even assumed that the person would pay me back. And that's an unfair, it feels, that's a sense of betrayal too. So I hope whoever's watching this understands. And on the brighter side, there's a video, there's a thing happening, a Zoom session happening. It's a free trial. I don't have the money to be able to do it do it outside of the free trial, but there's something in New York City. There's a gathering of cross dressers who formed by. See, there are schools um, started by various people who are really good at doing uh, um, doing female impersonation techniques with makeup and so forth, and some are really really good at it, or at least the videos I've seen of some have been really good, and the people who have undergone it for like a day or several hours, they pay money to be able to go through it and have that done to them. I've seen videos where they're walking around and people, like one person, there was a Russia school, a school like that in Russia, and the person was, the head of it was Jewish. She is born a she, and about my age and so forth. That's the first time that I found out about these schools, and I couldn't afford to go there. Didn't really have the time, but I got some techniques um, from one of the schools, Femme Fever. It's named Femme Fever. That's in New York City, of course. It seems everything's New York City, and so so they're having a free trial Zoom session where you can go. I can go online. So that's tonight at 7, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to get dressed up and look as passable as possible, just to really awe people and make them think, am I genetically this way? Or I know they're all dressed up for the same reason, but I just like to improve my skills and so forth. Thanks. Okay, I'll talk to you next time.